live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Whew, man. I'll take the win. That was a win, right? We needed it. We needed it badly. Lakers, man, they were testing that record for sure. Lakers are undefeated and when leading through three quarters. Best crunch time team. Lakers are like, I don't know, something like 30-3 when Marcus Smart hits a three. There was like several records on the line this game. And Lakers managed to win this one by the hair of their chinny chin chin. Look, I say it all the time. I don't care if it's win by 3 or win by 30. At the end of the day, win is a win. This is a great game. Lakers started off hot, shot the lights out. They maintained and were in control pretty much the entire game, which I liked, right? Like even when the Lakers gave up the lead on 2 occasions, they still were able to get back and regain the lead. Like Lakers felt in control. Obviously, a tight game, close game. Lakers are the best crunch time team in basketball. So, I trusted that the Lakers would close this one out, right? I trusted that the Lakers would figure this out. Look, you're playing the best team in basketball, right? They're 21-7. Obviously, they didn't have James Harden and they traded him, but they still won. They still won 2 games, the 2 games before the All-Star break without James Harden. So, again, this has been the best team in basketball, right? 21-7 since starting 6-21, right? So, again, you're playing a very good basketball team that wanted this win. Look, Clippers, we say it every time. This is their Super Bowl, right? Like, the Clippers are going to show up. Kawhi Leonard's going to be, prime Michael Jordan. That this is going to be a really good, hard-fought game. And at the end of the day, like I said, all I want is the Lakers to win this. And they did. They got what they needed to do. Again, they shot the ball insanely hot in the first quarter and really first half, but particularly that first quarter, right? Like I'm glad that they were able to still win this game and weather it despite the poor shooting in the second half, right? Because you see a lot of times what happens with the team, not just Lakers, any team, right? Teams will start off insanely hot and then they cool down and then they end up getting smacked or end up losing the game. Lakers were able to maintain and manage this game, which was good, right? First game back, he started off hot. Things kind of got a little out of control for a moment. You got right back in it. Every time the Clippers went on the run, the Lakers went on their run. Again, I'm not excited for them blowing, 15-point leads or whatever. I think that was the highest that it was, 14 or 15. Obviously, I don't want them to make that a habit, which the Lakers have kind of made that a habit. But you saw what this offense can be, right? Like, again, if the Lakers are going to win, they need to be just good enough defensively, which they were, right? Lakers were solid defensively this game. And then you need your offense to deliver. You need your offense to be good enough to rattle off the wins, right? And that was the thing. Like Lakers, again, Kawhi was ridiculous. There was a point where Kawhi Leonard had more free throws than like everyone on the Lakers early in the game, right? Like they ended up stop calling the fouls, but in his first, I think it was like 6 shots or something like that. He took 5 free throws. But again, you did a good job of kind of, again, weathering that stuff like that. You had 29 free throws and they made 24 of 29. You had 25 free throws. You made 20 of 25. Do a better job making your free throws, better job not fouling. You win this game by pretty good margin. Lakers 12 turnovers. I would, obviously I always want it in single digits, not double digits, but they did a really good job of, taking care of the basketball for a team that really, is good at just that ball pressure, applying pressure, being that, defensive team, with, Nunn as well as, Derrick Jones Jr. So, or Dunn. I didn't mean Nunn. I said, I'm thinking Kendrick Nunn. Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. Right. their ball pressure, their defense. Man, I would love for the Lakers to be able to get them in the offseason. If the Clippers, depends on what direction the Clippers go, but assuming that they start, Benedict Mathurin and Darius Garland with Kawhi Leonard, maybe you could get those two. That'd be nice if that is a possibility. If you can end up landing those, but Clippers are going to be a good team. They'll be a good team next year, especially if they take it serious. And again, they've been a good team all season. This was a solid games team effort. Marcus Smart, man, that dude he came up huge in this game, huge for this Lakers team. Hit some huge shot. He went from not scoring at all to going 3 or 4 down the stretch, getting multiple and ones, giving us 7 points on just, again, huge, crucial shots. Luke Kennard continues to impress, be well. He went 1 of 3 from 3-point range. Again, I want to see him get more threes. He made his first one. I'd like to see them kind of look to find him more often. But just, again, very crafty. Jake LaRavia got into foul trouble. So he only hit his sole 3. Didn't get much time, didn't get much run. Jackson Hayes in limited minutes, 11 and a half minutes was great. 8 points, 3 rebounds. Him and Luka's connection was fantastic. Luka, again, started off the game insanely hot. The guy couldn't miss. He was hitting like half court shots and all kinds of stuff. And then really kind of cooled off. He started the game, was it like 6 for 7 or 6 for 8, something like that? No, I think it was 7 for 9. That's what it was. It was 7 for 9. And then he was like 1 of 10 after that. So he kind of had his struggles, but came through when we needed him most. Hit some big shots when we needed him most, which that's what it's about, right? Like him, showing up when it matters, right? You're going to have those ebbs and flows throughout the course of the game, but coming up big when it matters. Rui Hachimura only got 4 attempts, was 1 of 4 from the floor. LeBron had his struggles this game. 3 turnovers I can live with. Same thing with Reeves, 3 turnovers. Luka only 2, which is great. Like I say, as long as they're in that like 2-3 range, I'm fine with that, especially on 11 assists from LeBron. But just really, really couldn't find his shot this game. That be the mid-range or from 3-point range. Austin Reeves was fantastic. Austin Reeves was about as efficient as you can be. Started the game, 7 of 7 or 8 for 8? Ended up finishing 9 of 15 and 4 or 5 from 3-point range. If he can, I'm not expecting him to shoot 80% from 3-point range, but one of the big things is his 3-point shooting. If he can find his 3-point shot, right, like that's going to be huge for LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, right? And that's what the idea of having these 3 is about, right? LeBron kind of has some struggles tonight, right? Well, Austin Reeves goes and gives you 29 and has a super efficient game. Luka Doncic starts insanely hot, but he kind of, trickles off there, in the third quarter and stuff. Well, don't worry. Austin Reeves, again, continues to flow, right? And you're going to have games where Austin Reeves might not have it that night. And that's where LeBron can step up and play big, right? Those 3 building chemistry, kind of getting, you look at them, they combine, Luka, what is that? 50, 67, 70, 80 points between the 3 of them. 80 points. What is that? 24 assists, and LeBron, I thought LeBron had more rebounds than that. He only had 3 rebounds. And then, what is that? 15 rebounds, right? It's, again, great. Like, that's what you need. You need those 3 guys. It'll get better, right? They'll find kind of their footing with those 3. Again, they've only played 10 games together, right? Like, we got to give that time, let them figure some of that stuff out. I trust that as, you start getting the reps, you start getting the things that you need to get. I think they'll start to settle in a little bit more. I think you'll start to see just, again, kind of more efficient, right? More efficiency. Right now, there is like the first half was great. They had 18 assists in the first half, like that alone. They were on pace to get 36 assists, which they got 31. But again, when the ball's moving, not getting sticky fingers, guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Austin Reeves is coming up big. Luka Doncic is doing his thing. Everybody's kind of, you're getting that collective group. I thought they played solid defense. Clippers hit some good shots. They were blitzing Kawhi, which, is obviously interesting, but I didn't hate it. And I thought that they had some success with it. Brook Lopez, you kind of just live with him, right? Like, you trust that he's not going to beat you by himself, right? You'd rather that than Kawhi dropping 50, which he might have, especially as efficient as he was and as good as he's been this year. But again, Lakers had a game plan. I thought it was fine. They did what they needed to do. They walked out of there with the win. That's all I care about. Again, whether you win by 3 or you win by 30, first game back from All-Star break, right? After you get the first game back from All-Star break, get that W, playing the best team in basketball since December, literally. December 18th was when they started this run, and they've been 21-7 since. Well, now 21-8, thanks to the Lakers. So again, you're playing the best team in basketball. They even won their games they won last night, and then they won the 2 games, if I'm not mistaken, they won the 2 games prior after the Harden trade. So, they're a team that's been, doing what they're supposed to be doing, even despite Harden leaving. A lot of that has just been Kawhi's just been otherworldly. So the fact the Lakers were able to get this game, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that they were able to get this. And, again, Clippers are always going to be that tough matchup. Again, this is their championship, right? Every time the Lakers come into town, they want to blow us out. They want to run us out the gym. But great win, right? Now we just need to pick it up and get the next one. But anyway, let's get into all these super chat questions, jump into the regular chat, all that stuff real quick. If you haven't yet, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's dive into it. Come on. There we go. Ermin, coming out to $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm curious to know what's your prediction for the Lakers record for the rest of the season. Well, I think that so to start the season, my projection was 53 wins, which technically they could. The problem is they would just have to, now they'd have to go 19-8, but they would have had to, going into this game, they would have had to gone 20-8. I think they still get 50 wins. Who was it? Was it ESPN or Bleacher Report? One of those did their, the projections for teams, and they had the Lakers going 12-16. So only having 45 wins. I think that's ridiculous. Lakers have been they had their struggles. They had that stretch where they were just basically playing 500 ball. Leading into All-Star break, they were basically getting, what I'm asking them to do. Right. And, I think the Lakers get at least 50 wins. I think the Lakers will get 50 wins. Could you maybe get 51? Sure. But I'm thinking 17-11 down the stretch. I'd love 18-10. That gets you 51 wins. I think that's enough to get you a top 4 seed. If you beat some of the teams that you're supposed to beat coming up, Denver, Houston, right? You beat those teams that you have coming up, then, I think that the Lakers they would have tiebreakers, and then now you can put yourself in a position to go get that top 4 seed. That's all I really care about, right? Obviously, look, just get to the playoffs. Lakers, even if they're on the road, they've been the best road team in basketball. They would be literally the best road team in basketball if it wasn't for that little hiccup that they had, where they lost, they were basically losing 3 games, winning a game, right? Like they just had that bad stretch. But Lakers are still one of the best road teams in all of basketball. They've been very good on the road. They've actually been better on the road than they have been at home. But ideally I want to just get a top 4 seed. You have home court in the first round, kind of figure some stuff out. And then, you just take it a round at a time. But appreciate you. Thank you so much for super chat. And also a great question. I really appreciate that. All right, let's get into regular chat until some more super chats trickle in here. Here we go. Being a Laker fan might be the most stressful thing in the world. You're not wrong. Lakers love to keep things interesting, right? Like, and that's, look, I'll take the win, right? Wherever we can get. One of the worst wins of the season. I don't know. Lakers had some pretty ugly wins. Again, you're playing the best, literally the best team in basketball since December. We're at the end of February, right? You're talking literally over 2 months, 2.5 months. They've been the best team in basketball. They've been winning even without James Harden. So, it wasn't like, oh, the trade, like that's it, like they won last night. And not just that, again, Clippers, this is their World Series, right? This is their Super Bowl. This is their NBA Finals, right? Every time they play the Lakers, every time the Lakers roll in, they want to beat them and they want to run them out the gym. And, Steve Ballmer probably gives them all high fives and bonuses every time they beat the Lakers, right? Like that's the thing. So, again, I don't really care. Lakers controlled this game pretty much the entirety. I mean, that's all you're asking for, right? It wasn't one of those games where Lakers were playing catch up, which has been a real problem for the Lakers, right? Lakers will give up. They're down 15 and now they want to play basketball, right? Like that's been a big issue for the Lakers and it's cost them a lot of games, right? You look at some of these games, even some of the games that they lost. The last Clippers game, they were down, what was it, 24 or something like that? And then they got it all the way to like, what was it, 1 or something like that, but it wasn't enough. And you just played catch up the entire game. Lakers did a good job of controlling this game. Clippers threw their punches, which is going to happen. They're a good basketball team. They threw their punches. Lakers responded. They didn't let it get out of hand. They went down 2. They go right back up, right? Like Lakers stayed in control, which is what you want to see. But let's see. Fourth quarter, yelling, "Why the F Batunin? I'll take the win." And still, Luka is tough. Gabe could never yet. Or Luke, I'm sorry. Yes, Luke is, man, he's been fantastic for the Lakers team. Fantastic for the Lakers team. If you enjoy Lakers basketball, yes, check out my NBA channel. Thank you, Buck. I really appreciate that. Yes, like I said, I need to start promoting it more. I actually have a video that I'm planning to post in tomorrow. So check that out. I'm close to getting that monetized. I need to get that monetized. It's my fault. It should be monetized. I just haven't promoted it and I haven't consistently posted there. So I need to do a better job of that. But let's see. Terrible refs. Yeah, I mean, there was some rough calls, but I thought Lakers didn't do themselves any favors on a couple occasions. Luka was great. Along with AR, Braun took a back seat, I'm guessing, but Ayton is really pissing me off, man. I mean, Ayton I thought was pretty good this game. Right? Like they kept switching him. I thought he was holding his own for the most part defensively. He missed a couple, just like that dunk that should have been an and one. He missed a couple shots, right? Which you don't want to see. A couple shots that he should have made. But again, a lot of it is the way that we're running Ayton on, the defensive side of things. It's hard to go and get 10, 12, 15 rebounds when you're defending out on the perimeter, right? Like you see Brook Lopez, he's basically in drop, just planted down, right? Like, but Ayton is out there. They're switching on to Ayton. They're drawing him out there, and so again, it's tough. Like, I know we all want Ayton to be a 20 and 10 center, but again, when he's out on the perimeter most of the game, and then even on the inside, again, he got 10 attempts, shot 50%, which isn't great for a big man, but unless he goes 10 of 10 from the floor, then he's only giving you, it's basically what you get. Like if he gives you 70%, then you're talking, he would have gotten 17 points, right? 17 would have been nice, right? Like, 70% from the floor, like that would have been fine, right? Like 50% had their struggles, but, again, teams are also back at the paint. They were swarming every time anybody got on the inside. There's 4 or 5 jerseys around him. I thought he had a nice game. He wasn't great. He wasn't like, there's Phoenix Ayton or anything like that. But I thought I thought this was one of his better games recently. He has had his struggles. He's been, frustrating. But you also got to keep in mind, he's the 5th, 6th option, realistically. I mean, the guy's, an afterthought more often than not. I mean, Hayes is more of a focal point at times, right? Than that, so it's those kind of, to put it in perspective, Jackson Hayes played half the minute. He played 11 and a half minutes and got 5 field goal attempts. DeAndre Ayton played 27 and a half minutes. So DeAndre Ayton played almost double, or more than double. He played what is that? 16 extra minutes and got 10 field goal attempts. Right? So, you're talking, if he would have gotten Hayes reps, he should have gotten another 2 or 3 at least. Again, it's just because Luka just looks for Hayes more, right? Things like that. But I wonder if Waters Wet will show up anymore now that his team is a G League. Yeah, I don't know. The guy disappeared, right? And Steph is going to miss another 10 days or 10 games or something like that. Clips played very hard. They did play very hard. Again, they're a good team. They've been the best team in basketball since December. If it wasn't for them starting 6-21, right? Like that, they'd probably be up there in the standings with the Spurs and the Thunder and stuff like that. They've been really good this year. And again, they love to play the Lakers, right? I really like and don't take for granted LeBron, but he started great in the first, but the other three halves he was atrocious defensively, bad and offensively inefficient. Yeah, he just didn't seem to have it tonight, but again, that's why you have Reeves and Luka. I don't want to put too much into it. LeBron's done a good job of being and playing the third option. I mean, he only took 13 attempts, right? Like, Austin Reeves got 15, Luka got 25. All right. So a lot of it was just his inefficiencies. But yeah, he wasn't quite moving like he has, moving going into the All-Star break. He was moving like he was 27 again. The dude was just like, he was explosive. He was just like pushing the pace. Like, I don't know if it was one of those things where he was just kind of trying to fill it out, and it didn't help that his shot wasn't falling. So it just kind of, made things uncomfortable for him. But again, it's one game. Like, guys are going to have bad games. Reeves is going to have a bad game. Luka's going to have a bad game. That's why you have Austin Reeves, who can go get you 30. That's why you have, Luka Doncic that go get you 30, right? Like, so, when LeBron is having a rough night, those two can pick it up. When, Luka is having a rough night, LeBron and Reeves can pick it up. When, Reeves is having a rough night, Luka and LeBron can pick it up, right? And again, they'll start to get more comfortable, start to figure out some actions, start to build that chemistry. Again, they've only played 10 games together, so got to give it time. Last few seconds was almost a heart attack. Of course it was. Absolutely. Of course it was. That's how it goes, right? LeBron with these sloppy inbound passes has cost the Lakers so much. He's been doing it for years, man. It's frustrating. Again, love LeBron. I'm a LeBron guy, but like, dude, the guy is just he's like the last guy you want inbounding the basketball, right? Late game free throws and inbounding the basketball the last few years have just plagued him, like genuinely. Fourth quarter win streak is still alive. Yes. Lakers are still undefeated. I think they're now 24-0. I think that's 24-0 when leading through three quarters. So, again, I said this before. Last time the Lakers did this, they won a championship. Last time the Lakers were undefeated with a lead through three quarters, they won the championship. That's going to bode very well for the playoffs. That's why I wouldn't bet on the Lakers winning the championship, but I keep saying, don't be shocked if they win the championship, or at least are really good in the playoffs, right? Don't be shocked if we get Houston or something like that in the first round. The Lakers just kind of blitz them, and they win in 5 or something like that. Everyone's like, where was this team? And it's like, they're really good in all the areas that you need to be for a deep playoff run. Can't lie. The Clippers make us go to work. Absolutely. Again, this is their Super Bowl. This is their big game. Lakers, they have every Laker game circled on their whiteboard, right? As a diehard Laker fans, I'm going to talk for Lakers Nation. DeAndre Ayton is pissing us off. Again, he's not been great recently, but I thought this was one of his better games. I did. This wasn't great. One of his better games recently. Let me rephrase it, because he was really good in the beginning of the season. And then, but also Austin Reeves has been better at getting him involved, much better getting him involved. And I don't think it's a coincidence. And again, we don't know. We wouldn't be able to prove it, but DeAndre Ayton was really good to start the season. And Austin Reeves was the guy that was running everything, right? Like, LeBron was out for 14 games, and then Luka, missed some time and stuff like that. Austin Reeves goes down, misses, 27 games or something like that. And DeAndre Ayton struggled, right? He had a big game here and there, but for the most part, he was not what he was earlier, right? You look at this game, Luka and LeBron did a better job of getting him involved, but they haven't really, he's not Ayton Hayes is Luka's guy. And then, so DeAndre Ayton, he's setting picks, he's rolling. There was 2 sequences that really stand out to me where he would, Ayton was standing there, literally, one, he was wide open, and they just, didn't look at him, and then I think it was Luka took a shot. It was like I think it was in the second. And then there was another time where he had, I think it was Mathurin on him. And he literally was like right in front of the rim. Like you could just thrown it up. You could have just dunked it, or you could just dumped it down to him. And then there was that other play where I think it was either Chris Dunn or Derrick Jones Jr. where he got the ball and he was on his hip, and he did, all he had to do was just turn, and he's right there. Like literally, like it's an easy bucket. And he kicked it back out to Luka, but Luka hit the shot. So I was like, all right, I'll let that one go. Good play, Ayton, right? Like it was one of those things where it's like, if Luka misses that, it's like, what are you doing, dude? Turn around, you're right there. But again, they just don't get Ayton involved. And look, Ayton's mid-range is very predicated on his success too. Like when his mid-range is falling, which his mid-range was falling more earlier in the season too. Again, it's the way teams have defended the Lakers recently. There's a lot of factors in Ayton, right? I want Ayton to be more aggressive. I want him to be more assertive. Absolutely, right? I'm not trying to give Ayton a pass, but it's not like everyone just looks at Ayton and just goes, oh, he's cheeks. But like, they're not like looking at all like the details is the thing. Like we did the live stream the other night for the game, right? Like the last time they played it. And everyone's like, oh, Ayton's trash. Not because he missed the game before. I'm talking about like the previous game. And everyone's like, oh, Ayton's cheeks. And I was like, he got 4 field goal attempts, right? Like, how can you be, but I think he had like 13 rebounds or something like that. It's like, again, you can't be a 20 and 10 center when you're not getting 20 and 10 center shots, or you're not playing towards the basket, right? It's hard to get 10 rebounds when you're out in the perimeter all game, right? Defending out on the perimeter and stuff like that. You're not getting the basketball and things like that, right? Like, again, he's not. Lakers need a very specific type of center. They need a margin center. They need a hustle center. They need a dirty work center. Problem is, Ayton is more of an offensive center. Problem is, you don't run him to make him efficient enough, right? Like, he should be a 20 and 10 center. But again, he's the 4th, 5th, sometimes 6th, 7th option, right? Like, there's times where he's in the game and he doesn't even get a field goal attempt, right? And he'll play 30 minutes and get 4 attempts. Right? Again, at that point, he's basically the 8th option, right? So again, there's context to that is my point, right? He doesn't even look focused in the game. Literally atrocious basketball IQ. Again, like I was just talking about. Lakers should sign Gabe Vincent in the offseason and trade a 2nd-round pick for Giannis. I know, right? Be like, here you go. Right? Like, I will say, Lakers have a terrible history with Miami guards, but both Miami guards led to some excellent players, right? Like Kendrick Nunn led to Rui Hachimura, right? So we turned Kendrick Nunn into Rui, and then we turned Gabe Vincent into Luke Kennard, right? So I'm just saying, maybe we should sign some more Miami guards, and then we trade them, and that's how we get our talent. So you might not be wrong. Maybe we sign Gabe Vincent in the offseason, trade deadline, trade him for Giannis, where I'm back in business, baby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might be onto something. Let's see. Don't mention Reeves. You don't get to. Again, I already embarrassed you last live stream. Nice try. These close games are killing me. Good win, though. The Clips have had our number for a few years now. Yeah, I mean, again, this is their game, right? This is the game that they love to show up for, right? So it was a tough win, but we need to fix the defense. I didn't like how we played it. I liked how we played defense when it's clutch time, but how are we going to do this in the postseason? So Lakers have actually been 14th in defense the last 16 games now. Obviously, they gave up 122 points, so we'll have to see where they're at now. But Lakers have been much better defensively. Lakers didn't want Kawhi to beat them, is basically what it was. Kawhi's been playing like he's the best player in basketball, genuinely. So they made other guys beat them. And other guys, to their credit, were hitting shots, right? I mean, again, Brook Lopez kept hitting shots, and not just layups. I mean, he was hitting some tough jumpers, some tough followaways, stuff like that. John Collins hit a couple tough shots, right? Chris Dunn didn't miss a shot, right? Like they were hitting shots, right? Lakers were very hot, but so were the Clippers, right? Again, you look at the Clippers, they shot 38% from 3-point range, right? Like that's good, right? Like, and you look at the Lakers, right? Lakers in it were 17-31, but they were shooting like at one point like 90% from 3-point range. So that dropped. Like Clippers were shooting very good from the 3-point range. Clippers had a very good game. They were hot. They were hitting shots. They're getting free throws. Again, they took more free throws than the Lakers. They also made more. There was a point in the game where Kawhi had more free throws than the entire Lakers team combined on like 6 attempts. Right? Like, so again, this was a hard fought game, but you need these games though too, right? Like, not every game is going to be sunshines and rainbows. These are the kind of games, that playoff level game, that playoff level atmosphere, that playoff level environment, that playoff level intensity. Clippers wanted this game. They wanted this win. And, they played their hearts out. They really did. The Clippers played, they were playing tough, right? And so, again, you're talking about the best team in basketball, 21-7 since December 18th. So you're talking over 2 months. Literally, you're talking, 2 months, 2 days. They've been ridiculous. So, again, this was a solid game. Ben Mathurin exists. Refs give that man a free throw attempt. EFX. Mathurin's been good, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, it's the Clippers, so it's always F the Clippers. But like, they might be really good next year if they like make a couple. Like, they need to get a center. If they can kind of get a real solid center, they're going to be good. They're going to have Darius Garland, which if he can kind of get back to that all-star level, Benedict Mathurin might be a star in the making, man. They're going to have Kawhi Leonard. You're going to have Derrick Jones Jr. And then if they can get a center, right, my fear is that Isaiah Hartenstein ends up going there. Right? Unless the Lakers get, Walker Kessler or like Nick Claxton or something like that. But like my concern is that like, the Isaiah Hartenstein ends up going to the Clippers or something like that. And I'm like, oh man, because they need to figure out how to get a center. If they can get a center, they're gonna be really good. Because then you have like Chris Dunn off the bench. You have Brown, and like you'd have all these guys coming off the bench that would be able to perform and continue to play well. They're gonna be really good. Like, do they keep John Collins around? Right? Sign him to a new deal. Jordan Miller. Right, he's really kind of came into his own. He's only going to get better. He's only going to have another year. They'll probably get another few free agents and stuff like that in the offseason. So again, like they're going to be solid. They really will. Let's see. LeBron almost. Well, he's not wrong. He did almost. Warriors. They fooled around too long with the Clippers and almost lost. Yeah, they almost got bit. They almost got bit. Shot 14 free throws coming off the bench. Yeah. Oh, look, you guys said his name 10 times and he came he manifested. See, look, he heard you guys. Notice he's not talking about the Warriors, though. He's talking about the Lakers. Right? Because he knows the Warriors are cooked. Smart was the difference in this game. Huge shots in the fourth. He's a big game player. Yeah, I need to make. I'm either going to make a video about him on this channel or more as it stands Lakers tomorrow. I need to talk about him. I really do. Like, I haven't talked about him very much this season outside of live streams. Like, I praise him all the time in live streams, but I need to get a video up about him because like he's just been so talk about a value signing, like a great pickup. Like he's just been fantastic. He said, "See chat again." We didn't forget about yesterday's live stream. I know what you're trying. You're trying to turn the chat, but again, we remember. We remember how bad I embarrassed you so bad you left the stream instead of just taking your L like a man. LeBron wasn't great tonight. I really hope he locks up. Rui and DeAndre Ayton got to work on their basketball IQ, making decisions. Inconsistency will kill us. Yeah, again, like you know, Rui, you're not looking to make that's why he's kind of there in the corner, catch a shoot three. DeAndre Ayton, right? Again, I think they need to get him more involved. Like, there are moments where it's frustrating, right? Like I said, like he had that one sequence where, again, all he had to do was just turn around and he's right there. He's at the basket and he has a 6'4" guy on him, right? Like, but he got bailed out because he threw out the pass to Luka and Luka hit the shot. So it was kind of one of those like, Ayton, oh yes, good play, right? Like one of those like where you start yelling and then it's like, oh no, good play. Lakers win tonight, but they need to play more sound basketball and stay focused throughout the game. Yeah, that third quarter really killed them. And that's always a concern when a team shoots the lights out, right? My problem is like Lakers needed to be up 30 and they were only up like 12. It was like, are they going to be able to maintain this? It's always a concern, when you watch, when you see a team just lights out early on. You almost want it to be the opposite, right? I wish your Vanderbilt would have got some more minutes. His high energy impacts the game alongside Marcus Smart. Yeah, I mean, again, I am now that everyone's fully healthy, right? You're gonna have to. There's gonna be some nights where you kind of make some calls, right? Not everyone's gonna be able to play 20 minutes. It's not gonna happen, right? Like Jared Vanderbilt played 10 minutes. I've talked about he's probably ideal in that like 10 to 12 minute range where he can just be hyper focused, just really just all out pursuit. Excuse me. All out pursuit, the bubbly. But it also didn't help. He got into foul trouble early. I mean, he got 2 fouls in 10 minutes, right? So like, he picked up 2 of those early and then Lakers went on a run. And then, so it was just like, you kind of just stick with the guys that are hot, but there's going to be nights like that. There's going to be nights where, Vando maybe gets 25 minutes and, whatever. Marcus Smart is just stinking up the joint. So then he gets 15 minutes, right? Like when everyone's healthy, I mean, they went 3, 4, 5. I mean, JJ, to his credit, went 10 deep. He played 10 of the guys, right? Like, and played them at least 10 minutes or more. So can't be really too mad. The only guys that didn't play were Kobe Buffkin, Max Kleba, Dalton Connect. Bronny James is with Bronny James and a dude Thero with South Bay, and Thero just had a huge game in the G League. So hopefully they'll be back soon. They had a game today, and I believe they have a game tomorrow. So Lakers are kind of letting them get some reps, get some minutes, which I appreciate. But yeah, I mean, basically, JJ played everybody but Buffkin and Kleba, right? Like, because Connect, I mean, at this point, I just think he's unplayable. Austin was great tonight. Absolutely. I see Benedict as the next Jaylen Brown. I mean, offensively, sure. Defensively, like, he doesn't have the size and he's not as good defense. He's not as physical of a defender. Like, Jaylen Brown is one of the best defensive players in basketball. Like, genuinely. Like, his defensive performance on like Luka he defends Luka better than anybody. That dude's a problem that's why it's going to be interesting to see that Celtics game coming up because Jaylen Brown gives Luka problems more than anybody in the league. Like Benedict Mathurin, there is a little bit of Jaylen Brown in there. He just little smaller and not as good defensively, but offensively, yeah, kind of similar. Let's see. Wasn't able to watch the game, but boy, I was stretching watching the play-by-play. But man, Luka's back like never left. AR was amazing as well. Our star healthy. Let's go Lakers. Yes, that's going to be the biggest keys. Having our stars be healthy. Right? As long as our stars are healthy, we're in good shape. I'm going to just pretend I didn't see that airball layup from LeBron before the effect. Call me crazy, but it looked like LeBron purposely turned over that last inbound pass. I don't know. It feels like that when he's doing that regularly, right? Look, love LeBron guy, but like again, he's literally the last guy you want inbounding the ball at the end of the games. Like it sucks, but it is. I mean, it's like you can almost set your watch to it, and it's disappointing. 34-21 need to finish the season on a 16-17 win range, 17-10, 16-11, 18-9. Try to get over 50 wins, secure home court advantage. Hopefully, hope for Houston or San Antonio matchup. Agreed. I'm hoping that, like I said, my ideal path would be, I wouldn't mind Minnesota either this go around. And I was screaming not to play Minnesota last playoffs. I'm okay with it this round or this playoffs, but ideally Houston, San Antonio, and then whoever we got to play between Denver and OKC is it would be my ideal path, right? I'd prefer to play the Spurs in the first round rather than the second round, just because I think they'll have a little more experience. They'll have a couple things figured out, but I still do like that matchup. Right, games are tight. I trust Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves to close those out more than De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, and Stephon Castle. They just have been there more. They have the experience, right? Like, I mean, LeBron has more experience than the Spurs' entire roster combined. I wonder if dude from last night's streams will be back again. Bro, I'm still laughing from last night. That was hilarious. Probably not. Probably not. I mean, that guy, you could see he started panicking, stuff like that. It was hilarious. Steaks coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Good game. A little rusty for All-Star break though. I mean, they started off like ridiculous. I mean, they could have missed a shot to start the game, and I was kind of like, uh-oh. Like it's always a concern, right? Because it's one of those things where you see it, teams start hot, and then all of a sudden they just like they cool off at some point. But like I said, look, say what you want about this game. Lakers controlled this game start to finish, right? Clippers made their run. They made some punches. They took the lead twice, but Lakers were right back in it, went on their own run, got the lead back, extended the lead, right? So again, Lakers were in control, which is good. But appreciate you. Thank you so much, Steaks. Seriously. Charles Barkley keeps hating on the Lakers. That man is something. Of course, he is, like, which is funny because he was supposed to be a Laker. Yeah, Barkley has always hated the Lakers. Good thing Kawhi subbed himself out late because he was looking like an all-star game. Kawhi early out. Dude, Kawhi was ridiculous. Dude, he's playing like the best player in the world this year. Like, genuinely. Like, the guy he's still the best. Like, you want to talk about, like, get a stop, get a bucket guy? He's still the best get a stop, get a bucket guy in basketball. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Like, his problem is he can't stay healthy. If he could just stay healthy, he's probably talked about like one of the greatest all time, right? Like, again, I mean, he is top 75 all time, but like, I mean, you're talking about a guy that, like, again, he's one of the best two-way guys, like just pure two-way guys, like, ever, right? Like, the guy's ridiculous. You can smell the hate from Charles Barkley FX. Lakers be making me nervous a lot when we down or it's a close game. They just be playing with our emotions. But if they come out with the win, that's all that matters. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, this is also good for playoffs, right? Because Lakers are the best clutch time team in basketball. They're the best fourth quarter defense in basketball. They're the best crunch time defense in basketball. Like, Lakers, and that's the thing, when you get to the playoffs, you need that. I mean, look, Lakers got ran through by Denver twice and got ran through by Minnesota, right? Last 3 postseasons. But all of those games were like, Lakers could have won every single. Like, Lakers could have swept Denver. Lakers could have swept Denver again. Lakers could have swept Minnesota, but they couldn't close in those games. Denver just did a better job of closing down the stretch, and Minnesota did a better job of closing down the stretch, right? The fact that the Lakers have been this good down the stretch in tight games, in crunch time, right? Lakers are what are they, like 21-3 or something like that in crunch time? And those 3 losses were games that they didn't, like, they weren't really crunch time games. They were by definition, but like one of them was a Clippers game where they were down 25 or 26 or whatever it was. And then it was a 5-point game with like 2 minutes left. But the Lakers basically burnt themselves out, right? Another one was one of those where they were down 20, came back in the fourth, got it, within range, but it was already too late. The game was already over, but it still counts as a crunch time game. The 3 like Lakers have not really lost like in a true crunch time game, back and forth game all game, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the Lakers come out ahead. It's been these games, the games that they've lost in crunch time have all been games where they were down so significant, got it within range in crunch time. But again, like you outscored a team by 20 points and it's like, they go on one run, the game's over, right? Like that's been the problem. Otherwise, Lakers would be undefeated in crunch time, which is why they're the best team in crunch time. Let's see. Y'all see how Luka wasn't even worried about his triple-double this game. He was trying to win, unlike LeBron. Sure. What kind of pass was that? LeBron DFX. Brother, I knew LeBron was bad tonight. He airballed a layup. W2. He airballed a layup. Threw a pass to the Clippers. All of it. I'm done with Ayton. Start Hayes. I mean, Ayton was better than Hayes was. Better rebounding, better defensively, right? Hayes just, again, he's just getting the lobs, right? You also got to keep in mind, they're constantly doing like dribble handoffs and stuff like that with Ayton that you can't do with Hayes. Yeah, I'm going to keep it 100 Lakers ceiling. Definitely second round exit. Don't care what we do forward. The writing is on the wall. Again, I don't know. Look, like I said, I wouldn't bet on it, but matchups are a very big thing come playoff time. You get the right matchups. Lakers can win. You have LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves in the playoffs. Luka's MVP level in the regular season. He's better in the playoffs. He's second all time behind Michael Jordan, right? Like, the guy is ridiculous, right? Like, again, Lakers are really good in a lot of playoff basketball and regular season basketball are almost different sports. Game slows down, right? It becomes more of a half court set, right? Lakers are going to be, I'm telling you, like, again, I could be completely wrong and end up with egg on my face and Lakers get swept in the first round. But I just, again, you look at the areas where it's like, okay, what usually leads to teams having real success in the playoffs? Lakers check off most of those boxes. So I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Again, I wouldn't bet on it, but Lakers really struggle against the Clippers. The Clippers was healthy, then the Lakers held. Yep. Again, it's their Super Bowl. That's how it goes. This team is not it. I say first round exit. I think they get, bare minimum, I think they get out of the first round. Look, I've said it personally. I want two things to happen. I either want the Lakers, like, just get swept and be done with it in the first round, or I want them to win the championship. Like, obviously, I want as much Lakers basketball as possible, right? I'd love to see the Lakers even just make the conference finals, something. But like, I either want to win the championship or get into the offseason. Like, because I really want to see, like, what is Mark Walters going to do with the front office, right? How is he going? Like, are we about to get like 20 new hires and revamp all these things? Who are we actually going to be able to get? Like, are we going to be able to get enough to actually be a perennial playoff contender or a championship contender? Right? Like, all these things I really want to see. What's going to happen with LeBron? I mean, this offseason is going to be wild, right? Like, the Laker fan in me is excited. The content creator fan side of me is excited. Everything is exciting, right? Like, so my like concern is that like we end up getting in the conference finals, we get our hopes up, and then we just get like ran through by Denver again or OKC, and it's like, well, that was fun. So we'll see. I really hope DeMar agrees to a buyout with Sacramento. We need another offensive interior coming off the bench for some minutes when AR, Luka, LeBron are on the bench. Yeah, I mean, I would love DeMar. I mean, DeAndre Hunter just went out, and they have the best odds for the number one pick. I could see either DeMar DeRozan or Malik Monk getting bought out, and I wouldn't mind bringing in either, right? Like, especially on a vet minimum. Because again, I know people are going to be like, oh, another offensive player. Yes, another offensive player. There's not one guy, unless we get Kawhi, right? Like, He gets in trouble. They void his contract, and the Lakers land Kawhi. Outside of that, you're not fixing your defense. If Lakers are going to win this year, it's going to be on their offense. Lakers are trying to do what Denver did in 2023. They're trying to be. Denver was the worst defense in the playoffs, but they were so good offensively, they just ran through everybody. That's what the Lakers are looking to do, right? That the Lakers are just going to be so good come playoff time from offense because they're the best half-court team in basketball, and the playoffs becomes more of a half-court game, and the Lakers are just going to blitz everybody. Like, that's the hope. AR, LeBron, and Luka don't work. I don't know how you can say that when they've only played now 11 games together. And we've seen, I mean, 2 of those games, all 3 of them had like really great. One of them was like a monster game where like I think Luka had like 35, Reeves had like 30, and LeBron had 25 or something like that. We just don't have enough either way. I'd swap Ayton to Lopez. Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons for both. Lopez is a better like interior defender. He's just got more size, bigger body, bangs more. Let's see. Ayton just not doing it for us. Who's his available as a replacement? I mean, right now, nobody. There's not that on the market. In the offseason, there's several options though. LeBron almost lost us this game. A bunch of stupid turnovers, poor shooting. JJ has to replace. JJ has to be replaced in the offseason. He refuses to call timeouts when the obvious momentum shifts. I mean, JJ called excellent timeouts. I thought he called an early time, which he usually doesn't do. Clippers went on a run, like mid through they cut it to like 6 or whatever, and he like called a timeout early in the game, which he usually doesn't do. He usually kind of lets it go. And then he had like 2 great timeouts. I thought one in the third and then one in the fourth. Again, like, he had 2 timeouts left, right? Like, you want to kind of keep it within range. Like, you don't want to blow all your timeout. Like, I see that a lot. Like, people be like, oh, JJ needs to, call timeout more. And it's like, you only get so many, right? Like, I don't know. I thought JJ was fantastic this game. I thought he's had games where I could see you saying that, but this I didn't. I thought JJ was very good. I thought his rotations were fine, right? Like, I thought he stuck with guys, right? Like, like somebody was talking about Jared Vanderbilt earlier, and I was like, he got into foul trouble, and then the Lakers just went on a run and he just stuck with them, and he like stuck with them until they started losing the lead, and then he like switched it up. Right? Like, I actually thought this was one of JJ's better games. I don't know. I disagree personally. I got some more super chats. Let's see. Cosmin coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. These games are annoying. Thankfully, we won this. Yeah, I mean those tight crunch time games are always rough, right? It's look, like I said, it's the Clippers. This is their Super Bowl. This is their game, right? They want to beat us every time that we step on the court against them. They're going to give you 110%. And look, like I said, Lakers were in control, right? Like, there were times where it didn't feel like it, but they were. Like, you look back at the game, Lakers were basically leading that game start to finish. Every time Clippers went on a run, which you knew they would do, Lakers ended up punching right back, regaining the lead, right? It's just a careless turnover, airball layup, couple things, and this game's over pretty quickly, personally. But I appreciate you, Cosmo. Thank you so much. Trell coming out to $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Instead of getting Greek Freak this summer, can we get a trade Miles Turner and sign a couple top tier 3-and-D wings? So, look, I am somebody, I to this day believe if the Lakers would have traded for Buddy Hield to Miles Turner, Lakers win the championship in 2023. I really do. Genie vetoed that trade, and I still to this day think it was the worst decision. Lakers still could have made other trades, still could have made other moves. They still could have gotten Rui if they wanted to get Rui. But because, again, they traded Kendrick Nunn and what was it, 4 seconds? Or was it 3 seconds? 3 or 4 seconds for Rui. But this current roster, I would stay away from Miles Turner. He's not a good rebounder. He's not a good margin center. And you need a good margin center, right? You talk when I mean margin center, I mean guys that can cover ground defensively, do the hustle plays, do the dirty work, right? Miles Turner, his motor at times isn't super great. He also wants to be more of a jump shooter than an interior presence. I mean, even with Milwaukee, he's taken more threes than he is twos this year, right? He's more of like a pick and pop center, like excellent shot blocker, don't get me wrong, but Lakers need more than just somebody that can block shots, right? Lakers need more than somebody that can just stand in the middle and block shots, right? Like when you think of like margin guys, like ideal centers for Luka and Austin Reeves going forward, guys like a Nick Claxton, a Walker Kessler, Isaiah Hartenstein, like guys like that can be that versatile impact center that do the dirty work, do the margin plays, do all the things that you want to do. Personally, I would stay away from Miles Turner, and he's making like $25 million a year, which I just don't think he's worth that much money. Milwaukee kind of needed to do something, and I think that they overpaid him. So again, look, I'm somebody that had screamed for years to get Miles Turner. I just think given what we need to do this offseason, and Miles Turner making $25 million would really hinder that, right? Really hurt that ability. I personally would probably stay away from it. And the problem is he doesn't want to play the 4. He wants to be a 5. Like, it's just so, you could be like, well, if they would take like Vando, maybe you could do something like that to kind of offset some of that. But even then, personally, again, I wouldn't be mad if they got Miles Turner, but he's not a great rebounder. 6 rebounds a game. Like people already hate Ayton because he's averaging 8 rebounds or 9 rebounds a game. People are really going to hate Miles Turner when he's averaging 5. Right? Like I just don't think he is the fit that the Lakers need with this roster. When we had Anthony Davis and things like that, like AD didn't want to play the 5. He wanted to play the 4. Miles Turner just so happens to want to play the 5, but also he is more of a floor spacer, right? And he gives you that shot blocker. And like, there were things that Miles Turner made a lot of sense with LeBron and Anthony Davis, not so much with Austin Reeves and Anthony Davis. Like, he was so good in Indiana because he had a bunch of 3-and-D athletic wings around him and guys that could rebound. You have Halliburton that go get you a triple-double, and you have, even like their wings and guards go get 5-6 rebounds a game. So it was more of like a collective rebounding scheme. Like, Miles Turner was like perfect for that team. Spread the floor, which allowed Halliburton and guys to create dribble penetration and get to the basket and stuff like that. Like, just again, it was I just don't think he fits with this team, or at least what the Lakers are likely going to look like next year, and especially at the money. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Seriously. All right, let's do a couple more questions. I'm going to skate on out of here. Obviously, super chats take priority, but outside of that, just going to kind of go in order and then skate on out of here. I got some more work to do. And these late night games suck because I'm going to be up till 3 in the morning. Where was I? Oh, here we go. Perfect. Braun was... Ooh, come on. There we go. Braun was trash in the second half. AR and Luka, again, was trash on defense all game. Ayton and Hayes are the worst for big man, and nobody played real defense. We need at least 2 good defenders to win. I mean, you're not going to get that this year. It's something that, like, in the offseason, I wholeheartedly believe Lakers are going to get I think they get at least 2 guys this offseason. Right? Like, whoever that is, whether it's Isaiah Hartenstein and Tari Eason or Peyton Watson and Nick Claxton. Lakers are gonna get a couple guys. Like, I'm pretty confident about that. It's just, are they gonna be able to build a high enough level roster to where we're one of the best teams in basketball? That's the question. How many times have we seen we are up by 14 plus and this is a consistent problem? Yeah, I mean, been bigger problem is Lakers giving up, being down 14 plus. That's happened more this year than this. Lakers, again, they need to put it together 48 minutes. Lakers usually have like really good stretches or quarters, and then they don't put it together for an entire period. I'd be shocked if Lakers win a playoff series, to be honest. Well, hopefully the Lakers shock you. I hope so. JJ should play Max Kleber. Again, it's tough, right? Like everyone's healthy. You got to figure some stuff out. Max Kleber's been really good for you, but it's like, again, anybody that you want played, you got to ask, like, who are they playing over? Who are you giving them minutes over? Right? Like, or who are you taking minutes away from? Right? Like, I would rather them play a Thero than Maxi Kleber, personally. Right? Just bigger, more athletic. I mean, not like height wise, but like stature, strength, athletic. I mean, the dude's like doing alley-oop dunks where his like chest is over the rim. Like, it's ridiculous, right? Like, again, I'd rather go kind of the youth route than Maxi Kleber. Once you get to the playoffs, you're going to tighten things up anyway. So, Denver is allergic to winning, or Denver is allergic to losing when the Lakers win. Yeah, of course, right? I mean, they lost last night, though, so that's good. But so disappointed in LeBron's performance. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to get too much on him. It was a bad game. It's been good recently. Obviously, if this becomes like a pattern or a trend or something like that, then, maybe we, talk about it more. But like, again, I'm willing first game after All-Star break, give him a pass, prayers to Collins, drawing blood from hitting your head on the floor. Yeah, I mean, he hit that pretty good. Like, yeah, like he want to go out there, take his free throws. To his credit, I mean, took that like a champ. But yeah, man, when they played the replay in slow motion, I mean, you just see him like just flop and just boom, and just like I was just like, oh man, that hurts. That hurt. I mean, it hurts like falling on your back. Like, I've hit like the back of my head on the floor before. Like, that hardwood is no joke. Hardwood is undefeated. Let's see. Lakers going home in the first round. Playoffs are physical. Who can the Lakers beat in the playoffs in the West? Who can they beat in the playoffs in the West? Houston, San Antonio, Minnesota. Who else is going to be in the playoffs? The only teams that I worry about are Denver and OKC. And OKC is kind of just more out of respect. Lakers have done a pretty good job, like, over the years with OKC, because Lakers are a big team. Right? Like, again, that doesn't mean that the Lakers beat all of them, but there's no team that I look at and go like, man, Lakers have no shot of beating them. Right? Like, again, Lakers, I'm not worried about them. Like, yeah, playoffs get physical, but you're going to have Luke and LeBron James who can handle the physicality. It's just Reeves. Like, can Reeves handle the physicality? We'll see. He's done a better, he had his struggles against OKC twice, but he's done a better job for the most part. He's had a game here and there. It's really going to come down to him. But Lakers will beat most of the teams in the playoffs. It's just, again, matchups are a big thing. If Garland returns, they'll beat LA in the playoffs. I disagree. I think Lakers beat the Clippers in the 7-game series. Again, playoffs and regular season are very different things. Who thinks win the finals? Like, who thinks the Lakers win the finals, or who do I think who do I think will win the NBA finals? If Denver can figure out their health issue, I think Denver's the best team in basketball. I really do. I think Denver's ridiculous. They just been having a lot of injury issues. Denver might be the best team in basketball. I'd probably say if Detroit isn't just like a Cleveland last year, Detroit versus Denver, I could see being the playoff matchup. I'm not going to lie, and it pains me to say this. If Tatum comes back and is like 50% Jason Tatum, I wouldn't be shocked if the Celtics come out of the East at all. Like, Celtics are already really good. And if Tatum comes back and is like, not like prime Tatum, because he's like just going to be coming back, but like if he's like, a shell of Tatum, right? Like, and not like in a bad way, like a version of Tatum. I think I wouldn't be shocked if Boston comes out of the East. And that pains me to say because it's always F Boston, but I got to be honest. I'd love for our Lakers to be in the finals. I'd love for Denver versus Pistons in the. Oh, I was just saying the same thing. Yes, great. Do you think Rui was giving 100% effort in your opinion? I mean, for his role, yes. I mean, he was getting after it defensively. He just isn't a good defender. He just doesn't move well laterally because he's big, stocky. He's got a big lower center of gravity. Right? He's just he's just what you're gonna get with him. Right. We need LeBron to show up more against the Celtics next game. Agreed. Got to beat them. Spurs going to destroy the Lakers in the playoffs. If they face off, everybody can score on the Spurs. They can't shoot, though. Again, Lakers pack the paint. You're going to be in good shape. You see, my question with the Spurs is, are they another team that we see? You see a Spurs every year, literally every year. Sacramento a couple years ago, Memphis, right, a couple years ago, Cavaliers last year, right? Like every year there's a team that is just amazing in the regular season because they're young, they're athletic, they're deep, they're versatile. OKC a couple years ago, right? Like where they were the 2 seed and ended up losing was first, second round. History tells you the Spurs are going to lose in the first, second round because, again, they're a young team that is really good and bodes really well for the regular season. But you come to the playoffs, playoffs is a very different game. Game slows down, becomes more of a half court set. San Antonio isn't very good in the half court. They're not. It's just you got a guy that's 8'12" and has arms that basically go gadget extend out the gym. They're not a very good half court team, and they're not a very good shooting team. They're able to beat teams because they're able to generate a lot of transition. They're one of the best defensive teams in basketball, right? You have Victor Wembanyama, who's top 5 player in basketball, right? Like there's a lot, again, they're a team that is very good in the regular season, but every year you see a team like that. Every year, I mean, it was the same thing. People were saying, "Oh, Memphis is gonna, enjoy the sweep, Lakers," and the Lakers ran through them. Sacramento, enjoy the sweep, Warriors, and the Warriors, they didn't run through them. They went to 7 games, but obviously we saw that Warriors team was not very good, right? But again, it just every year you have a team like that. I really think the Lakers beat the Spurs in a 7-game series. I think it's tough. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's probably 6. What did you think about the defense tonight? I thought in the first half they were much better. I didn't mind the blitzing of Kawhi. Kawhi's just been prime Michael Jordan. And I thought they were rotating and shifting well in the first and fourth quarter. I felt like Lakers kind of got a little lax on defense. They were okay. They weren't great, but they were okay. Clippers just hit shots. Clippers hit a lot of tough shots. So again, and they were hot too. Again, they shot 38% from 3-point range. Lakers are soft. Lakers IQ is bad. As the defense, one of the softer Lakers teams in decades. Guards get more boards than Miles Turner. Makes too much. I was just talking about the same thing. Let's see. A lot of centers shooting threes nowadays. Yeah, it's kind of the thing. Right? I didn't hear what Charles Barkley said, but a lot of people are talking about him being a hater. I'll have to go check it out after the stream. Marcus Smart did play good defense, and he gave a little offense. Yeah, Marcus Smart came up huge. Did you see Charles Barkley tell Austin Reeves the Lakers aren't a championship contender to his face? No, I didn't. Like I said, I was on the stream, but I've heard a lot of people were talking about it. Let's see. Man, I watched Adu highlights today in South Bay. He looks healthy and also explosive. Dude, the guy is literally the rim is at his chest. It's just his bounce is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's crazy to me. He's gonna be, if he can develop I got to in chat. Perfect. If he can develop an offensive game, that dude might be really he might be the answer for us long term. Tyler Best, Lakers content creator. Thank you. Seriously, I appreciate it. I'm not a Clipper fan, but I think there's a chance they could crawl out of the playoffs and be a 6 seed. I know they lost, but Kawhi is so efficient. Lakers defense struggles. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Problem is they're just so far. They dug themselves such a deep hole. They almost have to go perfect in order to get the 6 seed. They're still a ways away, right? And that's a problem. But I wouldn't like. I think there'll be a playoff team, right? You know what's going to be interesting is that if they end up overtaking the Warriors, which probably happens, and then if they finish the 7 seed, Spurs and Clippers, I think the Clippers beat San Antonio. I really do. I think like their guards match up well. Kawhi Leonard would be the best player in that series as far as like both sides of the bat. Don't be surprised at the Spurs. I really want to see Thunder and Spurs. I really do. Lakers need a center. DA isn't it? Again, he's not with what the Lakers want to do, right? As far as like the roster construction goes. I do think he could be the long-term answer, but you need a very specific roster. You're going to have Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic as your main backcourt. You need a margin center, right? If they were to trade like Austin Reeves, like let's say, like if the Lakers had like Luka, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and Tari Eason, and then DeAndre Ayton, I think DeAndre Ayton would be back to a 20 and 10 center. Like I think people would be like, oh, this dude, like, I think everyone would be like, he's the greatest center ever, right? Because you'd have the floor space, you have the defense, you have the athleticism. Again, look at him in Phoenix. And I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, Phoenix Ayton doesn't exist anymore. And I just don't think that there's any way of knowing that, right? Portland wasn't anywhere close to Phoenix. This Lakers team isn't anywhere close to Phoenix, right? Teams pack the paint, right? Teams are letting the Lakers shoot. Lakers get the more wide open looks than any team in basketball. Part of that is generating, right? That they do. I mean, you got Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves generating those open looks. But also part of that is just teams are leaving the Lakers wide open and packing the paint. So again, it's hard to be a 20 and 10 center when you have to fight through 5-6 guys on the court just to get a bucket, right? And then it's also hard when you're only getting 4 field goal attempts, stuff like that. Again, Ayton's not our, second, third option. He's usually our 4th, 5th, sometimes 6th, 7th option. Lakers need to hide Thero, kind of like they did with Ariza, then unleash him. I mean, he's probably not going to get much run this year, right? Next year is when I think we'll actually see him. Arthur Gloom, I still really like the Arthur Gloom. He's still, as far as I know, he's still on the G League team. He's just kind of like a rotation guy. They're kind of developing him. But Arthur Kaluma, he's somebody that, again, is another big, physical, sizable wing. He just has, the problem is he's got to develop an offensive game, right? Like he's just not as explosive, but he's somebody I really like, right? Like there's going to be a couple guys, even undrafted in this draft. This draft is deep. This draft might be the deepest draft we've ever seen. Like, not like superstar ends. Like, I don't think it'll be like a 2003 draft or anything like that, but I mean, it could, who knows? But like, there's a lot, like even second round guys, there's a lot of second round guys in this draft that you could have, that you would take in the first round in previous drafts, right? Like there's going to be some guys, like there's a ton of centers, right? Especially late in the first round where the Lakers pick. It'll be interesting to see kind of what the Lakers end up doing, how things go. We'll break down all the picks and stuff like that once we get closer to the end of the season. Do you really think Lakers can win a chip with the team as constructed? Can they? Yes. But there's a lot of things that have to go right. Like, again, I wouldn't bet on it. Like, the way that they are, again, Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, if they can play to the level, they have a shot, right? I mean, Lakers would have the 3 best players on the court every night, right? There's the only player in NBA history better than Luka Doncic in the playoffs is Michael Jordan, right? So, I mean, there's only like 3 guys in the league that can really match, and only 2 in the West that can match Luka Doncic, right? There's nobody in the league that's a better second option than LeBron James, and there's nobody in the league that's a better third option than Austin Reeves the way he's playing this year as like a third option. So again, really, it's just going to be about the consistencies. How well can the Lakers generate offense this season? They're, again, best half court offense in basketball. Playoffs, if they can keep the game, if they can manage the game, it'll be really good. But matchups are also going to be a real thing too. All right, Lakers get the right matchups. You get to the conference finals, anything in it. Again, it's not something I'd bet on. It's not something I'd count on. It's not something I expect. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if we look up and it's like, man, Lakers are in the conference finals, right? Wow, Lakers are in the NBA finals, right? Like, I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. I don't expect it, but I wouldn't put it past him. What about Kennard get more to? I've been screaming for that since we landed him. I mean, I literally talked about it in the video when we traded for him. I was like, I need him to have 8 attempts per game, personally. I do. I need to see him up. All right, and the last question I'm gonna get on there. Have you seen the song about Kennard on the Lakers? No, I have to look it up. But yeah, I'll have to check that out. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Got to the end of the chat. I'm gonna skate on out of here. Got some work to do. Hopefully I'm not up till 5 in the morning. It's already 1:04. Oh, I am going to be up till 5 in the morning. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. You guys are beautiful. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Everyone that gave me super chats, seriously, thank you so much. It helps me out a ton. It really does. On your way out, hit that like button for me. Oh, here, I just want to do this real quick. Give me 1 second. Because I really do need to start to promote this more. Hang on 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. I would really appreciate if, oh, come on, what happened? Hang on. There we go. Control C, there we go. If everybody could please, there you go. On your way out, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and please, if you'd go over to my NBA channel, I really need to start promoting it. I really need to start to I need to start posting more on it. I am close to getting monetized. I need to get like 600 hours, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. Like if 20 of you just go and watch all the videos on that channel, like go take a shower and press play, I would be monetized tomorrow. So if you could go subscribe to that channel, go watch the videos on the channel. I should have a video up tomorrow. Actually about LeBron. I want to talk about the Cavs and LeBron. And if LeBron actually makes sense for Cleveland, the way the Cavs have been playing. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to skate on out of here. Again, go check out the NBA channel on your way out. You guys are beautiful.